Alright, in this lesson we are going to be writing equations. We are going to be translating some sentences into equations, and then we are going to be translating some equations into sentences. So the first thing you want to do is to look at each specific word individually. So, if we see it's 7 times a number, so we know that we are going to have the number 7. We are going to be multiplying it since it says times. And then when it says a number basically means that it is a variable. So you can use any variable that you want. I'm going to use the variable y. So we see that 7 times a number squared. So we have to square it. We see that 7 times a number squared is. Whenever you see the word is basically means an equal sign. So is equals. So 7 times a number squared is 5 times. So we have 5 times. And then we want the difference of 9 and 3. So we want to do 5 times whatever the difference of 9 and 3 is. So we want to find out what the difference of 9 and 3 is first before we multiply it by 5. So we're going to open up a parentheses, and we're going to find the difference of 9 and 3. Difference means that we're going to be doing some subtraction, so we're going to be subtracting 9 and 3. So, the way that we read this is 7 times a number squared is equal to 5 times 9 minus 3, or the difference of 9 and 3. Now, I want you to try it out for yourself. Try this and pause the video, try it by yourself, and then unpause the video when you're ready to see the way that I did it. Alright, so let's look at each number individually, or each word individually. So we are saying that it's 27 times a number. Remember, a number is basically any variable that we want. So I have 27 times a number, and let's just use z. It could be any number, any variable. We have is, remember is equal to, it's equal to 13 squared decreased by 10. So we have 13 squared, 13, and we square it. When we're talking about decreasing, that means that we are subtracting it, so we subtract it by 10. And this is our final answer. Now we're wanting to translate the equations into sentences. What I highly recommend is to look back in your notes to where the specific operations and what words go along with them. So when we're translating this equation into a sentence, let's just start off with the first part. So we have z squared. So we write it out. Z squared. And it looks like we're adding something. So z squared plus, and it looks like we have 3 times x, or we could just write 3x is, you could write is or is equal to y. So z squared plus 3x is equal to y. Alright, so now it's your turn. What I want you to do is to write out this equation into sentences and then unpause the video and see the way that I wrote it out. Alright, so let's start off with the first part. We have 1 over 2, or that's basically the same as 1/2. We have 1/2, and that's times g, and plus 32 is equal to 15 we can either have subtracted or minus, so we can have is equal to 15 minus, and that's a 6, even though this sort of looks like a B, but it is minus 6 times G. So that the equation above is read as 1/2 times G plus 32 is equal to 15 minus 6 times G. So please take your time, go one term at a time, write it out specifically, look back at your notes, and you should be able to figure out how to turn equations into sentences and sentences into equations.